Okay, you're welcome. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? You're welcome. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me in the comments there where you're watching from. Where are you watching organic chemistry from? Long time indeed. Where are you watching from? We talk about organic chemistry. Where are you watching from? Catherine Peary, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Where are you watching from? Mavis Tandizani Banda. I can see your eyes there that you are watching. Okay. Yes. Where are you watching from? Muyembe. It's not watching from Ndola. Mary C. Banda Musamba. Oh. Watching from Kafue. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? This is the exciting topic. You know, if they've been telling you organic chemistry is hard, with me, very simple. So, tell me where you're watching from. Where are you watching from? This is so exciting. Where are you watching from? Long time. Long time from the time we had science live videos. So, the time we had science live videos, I think it has been long. So, where are you watching from? Before we get started, where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Organic chemistry. The organic chemistry. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me where you're watching from. Are you ready for exams? This is not the time you miss anything. Any live video, this is not the time you miss anything. This is not the time. Okay. Tell me where you're watching from. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Goro watching from Lusaka. Watching from Lusaka. Mr. Joshua saying watching from Lusaka. This is so awesome. Tell me where you're watching from. We talk about organic chemistry and the simplest thing. This topic is nice. I'm telling you. This topic. So now, are you ready for exam? Hope you're ready. Hope you're ready. Hope you're ready. Catherine Peary watching from Lusaka, professor. Okay. This is Catherine saying she's watching from Lusaka. Watching from Lusaka. So those who are writing exams from 3 weeks from now, which is next month, let me tell you one thing. Be prepared. This is not the time you give up or you do anything. No, you never give up in life. You continue with consistent revisions. Revisions will help you. Discussions and revisions, they'll surely what? Help you. So let me just get one comment there. Tell me where you're watching from. How ready are you for exams? What kind of help do you need? So that we get started, we talk about organic chemistry and the introduction. Becky, watching from Lusaka. Wow. This is so awesome. Can we get started? Can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I want to see comments there. I'm telling you, because if I come in your comments, maybe I can even call you. I give you my WhatsApp number. I start teaching you. Or one-on-one. But if you're not commenting, I want to know that you have a problem. So just tell me, we revise everything. So we talk about organic chemistry. Taonga Sitali. Oh, you're inviting your friend. Yes. Invite your friends. Watching from Nangoma. Jacqueline. Watching from Mansa. This is awesome. This is good. Invite your friends. So this is not the time you become selfish. Invite your friend. We get started. Organic chemistry. Organic chemistry. Okay. We will answer some questions on organic chemistry. Let's get started now. What is organic chemistry? Okay. What comes into your mind when you hear organic chemistry? The term organic chemistry, what comes into your mind? A warm-up. Before I conclude, watching from Dollar, this is Sheila. Joyce watching from Mtendere. Wow. This is Joyce. Yes, what do you understand when they say organic chemistry? Dorothy watching from Lusaka. Hi, Dorothy. Okay, so what do you understand? We get started. What organic chemistry is. What is organic chemistry? What is organic chemistry? People are typing. Lusaka, Precious. Tandiwe, okay, yes, invite your friends. Invite them. So, pay attention now. Organic chemistry is the study of carbon and all the compounds that contain carbon, except carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and the carbonates. So organic chemistry, it is the study of carbon and its compound. So you can say that organic chemistry, it is the study of carbon containing compounds. So organic chemistry is the study of carbon containing compounds. So they are saying that we are studying, it is the study of carbon containing compounds. So organic chemistry is the study of carbon containing compounds. Okay, so this carbon containing compounds, the study is called organic chemistry. Hope you are following. So when you talk about organic chemistry, the terms that you need to know in this, because it's just a revision, they are hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons. So when you hear the word hydrocarbons, they will ask you, what are hydrocarbons? Define the term hydrocarbons. Define the term hydrocarbons. So when you see the term hydrocarbon, hydro means hydrogen and carbon is just carbon. So hydrocarbons, these are compounds that contain hydrogen and carbon only. So these are compounds that contains hydrogen and carbon only. Okay, so hydrocarbons, they are compounds that contains hydrogen and carbon only. Okay, so there are two types of hydrocarbons. There are two types of hydrocarbons. So types of hydrocarbons. Types of hydrocarbons. There are first class, which are called the alkenes. Alkanes. And they are what? Alkenes. These are hydrocarbons. The topic for today is very simple. Hydrocarbons, yes, start answering in there. If you know a term, answer it. I'll find it and I'll give you talk time there. Yeah, I need to give some people talk time. Yeah, if you're in the group, I'll give you talk time. So, hydrocarbons, they are compounds that contains hydrogen and what? Carbon only. So there are two classes of hydrocarbon. The first one, they are alkanes. You see the difference and alkenes. The difference is that alkanes, they end with A-N-E. And alkenes, they end with E-N-E. You see? Alkene. Okay, so these are hydrocarbons that contains hydrogen and carbon only. Okay, so when you talk about these hydrocarbons, when you talk about alkanes in general, alkanes, all alkanes, they end with A-N-E. Alkanes, they end with A-N-E. They are called saturated When they say saturated, it means it is complete. When they say that cup is saturated with water, it has reached the maximum point. It can no longer contain anything. So we call that to be saturated, okay? So alkanes, they end with ANE. They are called saturated hydrocarbons. Why? Because they have reached the required number of bonds, okay? They have a single bond. They have a single bond. So these alkanes, they have a single bond. They use a general formula. They use a general formula of CnH2n plus 2, where N is the number of carbons. Where N is the number of carbons. Where N is the number of carbons. Are you following? Are you following? Are you following? Prefix and suffix. Tell me if you're following there. I need to know. Are you following? Are you following? Precious? Rachel, are you following? Share it. It's good. Invite. And one thing about organic chemistry, it is not an option part of the exam. It always comes. It is not an option that you don't know it will come, it won't come. This is coming. So understand it now. Invite your friends. Yes. Shelly, Ngoma. Alright, following. Okay, people are saying they're following. Are you following? Are you watching? You can just be teaching where people are not following. Are you watching? Are you following? So, suffix and prefix. Suffix, it tells what is starting with. So, starting with. And this, ending with. Ending with. So, there are alkanes. There are alkanes that end with what? A-N-E. And there are also which we call alkenes, which end with E-N-E. Okay, there are alcohols, which we'll talk about them, and the carboxylic acid. These are called homologous family. Okay, carboxylic acid. So, carboxylic acid. First, in naming these compounds, in naming organic compounds, we use what we call the suffix or nomenclature to show them. We use nomenclature. Nomenclature is the way of naming compounds. Nomenclature is the way of naming compounds. So the first one, we count, we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. When we are counting numbers, we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? But when it comes to chemistry, the way we count them in organic chemistry, 1 is meth. Meth is 1. I want you to understand here, because this is the important part. Meth is 1. Meth is 1. If is 2. Prop is 3. But is 4. Pent is 5. Hex 6. Hept 7. Oct 8. Non 9. And dec 10. So those, they show the number of carbons that are present in there. So the first one is meth. Meth means there is 1 carbon. Meth means 1 carbon. Eth means 2 carbons. Prop 3 carbons. But 4 carbons. Pent 5 carbons, going and on and on. So, but what you need to understand, when we are talking about alkanes, we are talking about alkanes here, right? We said that alkanes, they end with A-N-E. So if you want to write an alkane here, on meth, if you put A-N-E, it will become methane. So this methane is an alkane. Why? You check what it has end with, A-N-E. It is methane. Even if it belongs to the group of the alkenes, it will end with A-N-E, which is called ethane. You see? Prop, you put A-N-E, propane. But, A-N-E, butane. Pent, pentane. Hexane, this, heptane, octane, nonane, and decane. You see now you do them. Who has a question? 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 Before we start showing how to form them and the bond. And this one, understand it. It's coming. It's coming. Okay? Yes. Who has a question? Following? People saying are following. Who has a question? You're your professor here. So you see, it is just math. This, the end, determines the group where they come from. So if it is methane, it will tell you that it is coming from the group of what? Alkanes. Because alkanes, they end with A-N-E. So if it is meth is 1. So when you write methane, while it has end, A-N-E, it is telling you it is coming from the group of what? Alkanes. So let's check how to write chemical formulas of this. Hope you're following. I want to see questions there. Who has a question? Before we proceed. Who has a question there? Who has a question before we proceed? Who has a question? Repeat again. Okay? Who else? Who else? I said these. They are numbers. Number of carbons helped. Okay. So, what determines this element? Alkanes, they end with A-N-E. Alkenes, they end with E-N-E. So, how we count in chemistry? Meth means 1 carbon. So, if it is meth and it is coming from the group of alkanes, it will end with A-N-E. It will become methane. So, these 3 letters, they're telling you that it is coming from the group of what? Alkanes. Okay, it is coming from the group of alkanes. Even this one, A-N-E, it will be methane. A-N-E, it will be propane. Okay, so this one shows that there is 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3 carbon, 4 carbon, 5 carbon, 6 carbons, 7 carbons, 8 carbons, 9 carbons, and 10 carbons. Dec means 10 carbons. So when you say decane, meaning there are 10 hydrogen atoms of carbon. Okay, when they say dec, meaning there are 10 carbons of what? Of carbon. So hydrocarbons. We are talking about hydrocarbons. These are compounds, okay, which they are called saturated hydrocarbons. So alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons. Alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons. Why? Because they have acquired the total number that is needed, okay, for them. So what do I mean? Let me show you. We said alkanes, they use a formula of what? CnH2n plus 2. This is the formula for alkanes, right? CnH2n plus 2. This is the formula for alkanes. So when they say write the chemical formula of methane. Okay, meth means what? 1. Meth means 1. If means 2. So N is the number of what? Atoms of carbon or carbon atoms present. So in meth, how many carbons are there? It is 1. So how are you going to write the chemical formula of methane? You write like this: C Where there is N, you put the number of the one you are writing here. Methane has 1 carbon, right? Meth means 1. So you put 1 here. Then H, 2. Where there is N, you put 1 plus 2. So this will be CH. 2 times 1 is 2. Plus 1 is 4. So CH4 is called methane. CH4 is methane. Okay. It's good you're following. So let's talk about ethane. How do you write the chemical formula for methane? Ethane is what? 2. So you say the formula CnH2n plus 2. You see? So where there is N, you put the number of carbons that are present. If means 2. So you say C, where there is N, you put 2. H, 2. Where there is N, you put 2 plus 2. So this will be C times 2. It will be C2H. 2 times 2, 4. Plus 2, 6. So C2H6 is the formula for ethane. Okay. Okay, yes. So the third one is called propane. It's good, it's clear. Propane is on what? 3. Propane is 3. So write the formula of propane. You say since propane is 3, CnH2n plus 2. So where there is N, you put the number of carbons that are present in that element. So which element are you talking about? Which compound? Propane. So it will be C. Propane is 3. You put 3 where there is N. H. 2. 3 plus what? 2. So this will be C times 3. It will be C3H. 2 times 3, 6. Plus 2, 8. So C3H8 is propane. Is the formula for propane. Is it clear? Victor is following. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? And when drawing the structures, I want you to pay attention as I tell you the rules. So let's talk even about the other one, which is butane. So butane is what? On 4. Butane, how many carbons are there? 4. So butane is 4. Okay, so you say the formula CnH2n plus what? 2. Where there is N, you replace with the carbons that are present in that compound. So it will be C4H2 4 plus 2. So C times 4, C4H. 2 times 4, 8. Plus 2, 10. So C4H10 is for what? Butane. So C4H10 is for what? Is for butane. Is it clear? Very clear, sir. Very clear, sir. Very clear. Okay. So don't worry. That one was asked about ethane. I'll tell you. Don't worry. Okay. So you've seen how you write chemical formulas. Let's talk about how to draw structural formulas. So the rules that you must understand. How to draw the structural formulas. So we said there was what? Methane. Methane, we found what was the formula for methane? CH4. The other one was ethane. Ethane, the formula was what? C2H6. Propane, C3H8, and butane, which was C4H10. Okay, so let's talk about how to draw the structures. Rules in drawing the structures. Rules on how to draw the structures. So the first rule is that each carbon must have 4 bonds. Each carbon atom must have 4 bonds. Each carbon atoms must have 4 bonds. Okay, the rules are that each carbon must have 4 bonds. Okay, and we said that we are talking about alkanes. Don't forget, we are still talking about alkanes. And we said alkanes, they have a what? They have a single bond. They have a single bond. So alkanes, they have a single bond, which is like this. They open up. Okay, they have a single bond. Alkanes, they have a single bond. And the first rule is that each carbon must have 4 bonds. So let's draw the structure of methane. So the structure of methane, how many carbons do you have on CH4? You have 1 carbon. And the rules is that each carbon under alkanes, because they have a single bond, it must open up to how many bonds? 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Each carbon must have 4 bonds. So how many hydrogens do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the structure of CH4, which is methane. So that's a structure of methane. 2. The structure of ethane. Ethane is what? C2H6. How many carbons do you have? You have 2. So you draw 1, 2. And each carbon must have 4 bonds. So 1 bond, 2, 3, 4. You say 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then when you open up the bond, you put now hydrogen to every bond that you have opened up. So how many hydrogens are there? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you've seen how you do it. You've seen how you do it. You've seen how you do it. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? You've seen? Is it clear? You've seen how you draw the structures. You've seen how you draw the structures. This is so very simple. The other one is propane. Propane, which is C3H8. How many carbons do you have? You have 3 carbons. Okay, so you draw 1, 2, 3. And each carbon must have 4 bonds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You see? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then how many hydrogens do you have? 8. You put the number of hydrogens there. So you have 1 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 3 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen, 5 hydrogen, 6, 7, and 8. So this is the structure of propane. This is the structure of propane. Okay, so after drawing these structures, when you are told to draw the condensed formula, when you are told to draw the condensed what? Formula. So the condensed formula of this, how do you write the condensed formula? You write the condensed formula according to the hydrogens that the carbon has. So you draw like this. This carbon, the first carbon, it has got how many hydrogens? 1, 2, 3. So the first carbon, it has got 3 hydrogens. You go to the second carbon. The second carbon, it has got how many hydrogens? 2. So it has 2 hydrogens. You go to the third carbon, it has got how many hydrogens? 1, 2, 3. It has 3 hydrogens. So this is called a condensed structure or a condensed formula. Actually, they are the same. You just write according to how the structure is. The first carbon, it has got 3 hydrogens. The second carbon, it has got 2 hydrogens, which is 2. The third carbon, it has got 3 hydrogens. So this is called the condensed formula. What about here? How do you write the condensed formula? You write the same thing. How many hydrogens do the first carbon has? It has got 1, 2, 3. So it has got 3 hydrogens. The second one, how many hydrogens does it have? 1, 2, 3. It has 3. So this is called the condensed formula. Okay, so that structure is called the condensed formula. Okay, so this is how you talk about alkanes and how you draw the bonds of these alkanes. So the last thing that I'm going to talk about, make sure this week is the last week for registration. If you're not registered in any group or one-on-one, I don't know. So let me talk about the last part. Let me talk about the last part, which is a revision. And this is important. This one, is very important. You can't miss this one. Don't even blink. This one, don't even blink. This one, don't even blink. Because you can't miss it. You can't miss it. So, the last part that I want to talk about is about the crude oils. Okay? The last part that I want to talk about. So make sure if you're not registered in any group, drop your number there. You'll be registered. For one-on-one, drop your number. We'll talk there. Okay? So make sure for revisions, just put your number there. We'll talk everything. So the other thing I want to talk about, they are called fuels under organic chemistry. This is the last part that I want to talk about. This is the last part that I'm going to talk about. Don't worry, you're with your professor. You're going to make it. There is no two ways around make success. It's revisions. Fuels. When you talk about fuels, what comes into your mind when you hear the term fuel? This one, it is very simple. A fuel is anything that burns and produces energy is called the what? A fuel. So a fuel is anything that burns and produces energy. So a fuel is anything that burns and produces what? Energy. That is called a fuel. So imagine when you burn anything and if that thing produces energy, that thing will be called a what? A fuel. Okay, so if you burn anything, then it produces energy. It will be called a what? A fuel. So sources of fuels. The first source, they are called natural gas. Natural gas. So natural gas, that's why you find there is what? Methane. So the sources of fuel, is natural gas. Where the other one, it is called what? Natural gas, and the common one, it is called methane. It is called methane. I can say, Moody, you're watching. Be commenting. What do you think a fuel is according to your own understanding? What do you think a fuel is according to your own understanding? What is a fuel according to you? Yes, according to your understanding. We can also describe as something which burns to produce energy. Yes, that is true. That is correct. Who else? What is a fuel? What is a fuel? What is a fuel? Okay, so the sources of fuel, the first source is called natural gases, and the second source is called crude oils. So a crude oil is a mixture of many different compounds. It's a mixture of hydrocarbons with many different compounds. So first source where it is coming from is natural gas. The second one is called crude oils. So a crude oil is a mixture of different hydrocarbons. Is a mixture of compounds that consist of different hydrocarbons with a long chain. Okay, so when you talk about the crude oil, The crude oil is a mixture of different compounds of hydrocarbon in such a way that the common elements that are present in here are hydrogen and carbon. Okay, so a crude oil, to extract these oils, you use a process called fractional distillation. So you use fractional distillation. What is fractional distillation? Fractional distillation is the process. Fractional distillation, I feel like you've already gotten one there. If this comes, answer it. Fractional distillation is the process or a separation technique used to separate miscible liquid with two different boiling points. So, such as ethanol and water, with two different boiling points. So, fractional distillation, it is used to separate miscible liquids. When I say miscible liquids, these are liquids that can mix completely. So, fractional distillation, it is used to separate miscible liquids with two different boiling points. With two different boiling points by using an instrument called fractionating tower or fractionating column. So by using a machine or an equipment called fractionating machine. So when you talk about crude oils, you find there's something that will happen like this. You'll find something that is given like this. When you check, some of you have seen this, you have come across such questions. Okay, they'll put A here, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. They're saying, name the fractions that have been given here. Name these fractions. Name these fractions. Who can try? What is A? Name the fractions. So, if you haven't yet registered, this is the last week we finish. Those for one-on-one. Okay. So, these are fractions. So, this is heat that has been applied. This is a crude oil. You want to form energy. You want to form a fuel, anything that burns. So when you introduce heat here, in this it is called a fractionating column or fractionating tower. Or fractionating tower. So there are elements that you need to understand of this. Okay, so how are you going to know the elements on this? So the elements that are here, the first one, it is called petroleum gas. This is called petrol. Okay. This is called naphtha. Okay. This is called kerosene. This is called diesel. This is called fuel. This is called lubricant. This is called wax. And this is called bitumen. So, in an exam, they won't give you everything. They'll give you everything they'll skip. Then they'll say complete them. So, how are you going to complete them? How are you going to know? So, how you are going to know? You sing a song. Okay. So, this song goes like this. Pepe na ke di flor bi. Okay, so it's like this. Pepe na ke di flor bi. So it's a song. Pepe na ke di flor bi. Pepe na ke. You even sing with a buzz, man. Like you're writing exams. Come on, you sing with a buzz. Pepe Pepe na get the floor B. You know, it's a song. You dance, you even reach here, you reach short. Come on, you know. When you reach short, you're even singing a song. Pepe na get the floor B. You see, you're singing this song. So as much as you are singing that song, Pepe na get the floor B. If you want, you can shake your head in an exam. You know, this has come. You're just shaking. Pepe na get. So this is called what? Petroleum. Petroleum gas. This is called petrol. This is called naphtha. This is called diesel. This is called fuel. This is called lubricating oil. This is called wax. And this is called bitumen. Pepe na get the floor B. You've seen bitumen. Is it clear there? Is it clear? Junior. I'm telling you, Junior Gunda. You dance. Pepe na get the floor B. You even done. Pepe. You know, you are even answering it. Aye. You already have the one. When you say something like this. So when you sing a song, Pepe na get the floor B. Petroleum, petrol, naphtha, diesel, fuel, lubricating oil, wax, and bitumen. You're even dancing. Pepe na ke. I'm telling you. So nice. Who can feel that? Who can feel that? They give you a question. They haven't given you this. They haven't given you this. This they haven't given you. This they haven't given you. Then they're saying complete the table. You know. Pepe na ke de floor B. Pepe na get the floor B, you know. Pepe na get the floor B. Okay, there's bitumen there. You've seen how simple it is. You've seen how simple it is. Faith, you are happy with the song. It says, so I'll compose it so that it is in your mind. Just like we did the radio micro infravisy ultra X gamma on the waves. Here is Pepe na get the floor B. Or the way we talked about Posokamazi Tiro Haikosigo. Now here is Pepe na get the floor B. You're even dancing in the exam room. So honestly, can you feel that? Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? So one thing, last thing that I'm going to talk about. Sorry, time is moving fast. I wish I can have the whole time doing revisions with you. So some of you will be coming doing revisions like physical. Okay, will be coming physical. Yes, so don't worry. Yes, so let me finish. Petroleum gas is the lightest with a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. So this fractionating column, these are called the fractions. These are called the fractions where this is petrol. Okay, this is called naphtha. This is called naphtha, kerosene. Okay. Pepe na ke di floor B. Okay. So when you understand that, the most lightest there, the one that is light, or the one that is very light, it is what? Petroleum gas. Then the one that is heavy is bitumen. So sometimes they use bitumen in making tarots. Okay, they use bitumen in making tarots. So petroleum gas, they use it in making stoves. You know, those stoves, cookers, they use petroleum gas. Petrol, they use it as a fuel in cars, in light cars, small cars. Okay, naphtha, they use it in making chemicals. Kerosene, which is also called paraffin. Kerosene, which is also called paraffin, they use it into lighting lamps. They use it as a fuel in jets. Diesel is used as a fuel in heavy cars, such as trucks, trains. They use diesel. Okay, so after diesel, you have what? You have fuel. Fuel, they use it such as in ships, they use the same fuel. Lubricating oil, it is used to remove the friction of machines. If in a factory, the machines, they become hard, they'll put lubricating oil to reduce the friction. And the last thing is wax. Wax, they use it in polish. Okay, making polished things, they use wax as an energy. When they burn it, they use it as a fuel. Okay. The other thing is bitumen. Bitumen, it is used in making roads. Bitumen, it is used in making roads. So that's what you need to understand about how to draw the structure of alkenes, the formula of alkenes and fuels. So more is coming when we talk now one-on-one, or we talk into another platform. So looking at time, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see your number there. If that's your first time, you want to talk to me, anything about revisions, everything, we'll talk there one-on-one. You want to join the group? There is a group. It is still going. This is the last week. Okay, so you can still make it. Imagine after these revisions, you are almost done with organic chemistry. Me, how I revise. We'll just revise the whole topic. You'll be shocked. You are able to answer examination questions. So it is never too late, and it will never be too late. We will still discuss, do revisions, and make it. So tell me, how was your experience for today? How was your experience for today? How was? Someone is saying, the professor, you are the best. Come on now, you know. She's saying the professor, you are the best. You know, like you're doing the NRC. You need to make sure you face the person who is about to join the group, like you're doing the NRC, like it's a photo. So make sure, how was it? Tell me, how was it? Did you enjoy? Tell me, we are done. Tell me, how was it? How was the revision? How was the small revision? I'm about to close. Tell me, at least I need to know something. How do I get in touch? Put your number there. I'll call you myself. Becky Secretary. Becky Secretary, she's saying the best. Okay, how was it? Tell me, how was your experience? It was amazing. I have enjoyed. Wow. Come again with the song. It's Pepe Nake Giflobi. You're dancing there home. Pepe Nake. Yes, how was it? How was it? How was it? How was it? This was so nice. Nice getting ready to rewrite maths and science next year. Yes, if it is you who is writing next year, I'm telling you, you can get 100%. Just you. Yeah. Anyway, tell me, how was it? How was it? Okay, so that was for today. That was for today. I'll call you myself. So that we talk. That was for today. Hope it was okay with you. Hope you have enjoyed. Hope it was fun with the dance. So make sure sing some to your friends, your relatives, those who are close. Sing a song to them. They can be shocked. Okay. So you have made this look simple. Exactly. This is simple. People are afraid organic chemistry. I'm telling you, it is very simple. And the good part is that it always comes in an exam. Like the time they brought this tower, the fractionating tower, it has been long. So they can even bring it in your time for GCE. So when they bring it, sing a song, Pepe Nake Giflobi. Then just find me. Look for me. Give me my present. Okay. So thank you very much for watching. This is your science tutor, the professor, Mr. Ruben Jovo. Just ask the professor, you see me. I'm Mr. Ruben Jovo. See you as we'll talk. If you're in the group, if you're for one-on-one, if you're for anything, see you. This is your science tutor, Mr. Ruben Jovo. Hope to see you again next week again. Okay, bye-bye. Take care and see you.